saluda David Garza de los musicales, and I had the honor to record accordion on a very special track, Pero Eso No, by Gigi Guerrero y los Chicanos. Fue la última canción que grabara Gigi con su papá, Juan Guerrero, el gran compositor de Ya Te Vi, Con Dinero No y muchas otras canciones. Una verdadera leyenda de la música tejana. So don't miss it, Pero Eso No drops June 27. Puro tejano con mucho amor. Suerte, Gigi Guerrero.
Why, hello, Miss Norma. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, I see that you had a very, very busy weekend. I had a very busy weekend as well. So today is going to be the Vata edition of Giras y Desveladas.
I'm not going to do my Loteria shirt that I got from Bumper.
I saw that.
I'm really excited for this shirt because it got a lot of the cool artists. Quality is awesome.
Awesome.
And I love it because what more to represent your people, man.
Yeah, I love it. That's
Cool shirt. I know that if people are seeing it in here in Michigan, they're going to say, dang, why didn't you bring me one? That's what they tell me.
All jelly. Everybody's gonna be all jelly.
Yeah. I forgot to tell Bumper to sign it, man.
Oh man. I know. I saw you with him. I was like, what? Get him on the show.
Yeah, we need to. He's gonna come out with the second edition as well. So I can't wait to see the second edition.
Oh wow.
I know it's gonna be cool. But yeah, we were in Ohio in Gibbsburg. Seeing AJ Castillo, and it was phenomenal. People galore, as I showed you.
I saw that.
Okay, so this is his third year. Munchies, I think it Munchies, something like that. I never get it right, but hey, that's me. So they have done it for 3 years. We've been to the 2, not the first one, but the 2. And man, Lucky Joe's been there, which I love Lucky Joe.
Oh, I love Lucky Joe, yeah.
And this time AG Castillo. So, and other groups that are from the local area. So that was really cool to see Deseo and Adriana and the boys and what is that other one? Can't remember. But it was so busy that it was cool just to be out there and interact with everybody, and it was nice. It was so nice to see Ohio, and then they saw George, and it's like, holy cats, you guys! And we were way in the back. We were
I saw that.
We were touring.
You're like behind the fence. I was like, what are you doing over there?
Well, you know why? Because it was hot that day. It was hot. And there was a lot of crowd. So, I mean, they weren't expecting that many people to be there, but there was a lot. I mean, I had to play it safe for George because we had an event that's coming up as well. So literally I was protecting George for him not to get any sickness or anything.
Yeah.
So we were in back of the fence, but everybody said we had the best view because we had our picnic table. I mean, not our chairs out. We had we were in the car. We had our food, our drinks. Hey, our drinks. So we were chilling, and everybody's like, wow, I should have thought of that. But it was nice because it was mine and George's time.
Yeah.
That. And even he's like, wow, you're not in the mix, babe, right in there. And he goes, "You sure you don't want to be in there?" And I'm like, "No, I want to chill with you. I mean, I don't get that time to chill with him. We're always working or
Aw.
doing something with the kids, or you know." But yeah, we got up at 4 o'clock to get to go that way to Ohio. So last this morning we got up again early again at 5 o'clock to come back home so that I wouldn't miss this show because I really want to see Crystal Torres.
I was telling her, and we'll have her on in a little bit. I was talking to her. I need to mention that there was another artist that I had scheduled for this day, but their promoter never got hold of me or the artist. And by Tuesday, Wednesday, if I don't hear from you, I need to plan something else because I'm not gonna, one of the things I talked to Bumper and Rock and Roll James and Indio is about consistency, and I need, I'm not gonna, not do my show for everybody, for Facebook, for YouTube, for Tejano TV that we have made a commitment to.
Right.
So, you guys, you artists that are coming on, make sure that your promoter is getting a hold of, or whoever is representing you, or yourself. Get a hold of,
Yourself. It
make sure that
basically,
there's contact.
yeah, basically, any artist that's out there, you're going to have to pull for yourself sometimes.
Yeah,
So these are the times that you do it. You don't want to miss out on an opportunity like this
yeah.
for the reason that, you got to show your reputation of an artist. And people really want to hear you and they really want to know who you are. So we're giving you that opportunity. So we would have really appreciated that you contact real quick.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And again, I want to remind, thank you to all the sponsors that are supporting Giras y Desveladas, because it's not cheap to run this show. And now that I'm back in the Valley, those are San Antonio sponsors. If you're in the RGB and you want to sponsor Giras y Desveladas, give me a call, DM me, get in contact with me so that you can help us keep this show on, because what we're doing is getting the artist to your home. You don't have to go now, so that when you go out there, you can say, well, I want to go see this person, or you know what, I really like this artist, I like this song, I didn't know it was them, let's go see them. Because we want to promote everybody, we want people going out there just like you did out there. And there was a lot of people going out to that event, and how wonderful it was to see that. People need to support the artists. You need to actually go out to their shows, buy their merch, and that's how we're supporting each other. That's how Giras y Desveladas is doing it. So on with that. Now, before I get this artist on, and yes, and I told her, Norma was like, you need to get this lady on. You need to get her on. I was like, okay, we'll get her on. We got you on. So if you don't know who this young lady is, and I chit-chatted with her a little bit, and she is awesome. We're going to
Yes.
play a video of her. Let me make sure we are sharing, because sharing is caring.
Always. Always.
And was it this one? Llegaste tú? Now I forgot. Was it Llegaste tú, Crystal? Yes. I hope this is the one. Here we go. What?
She was amazing, wasn't she?
Yeah, that was an
I
amazing
can't wait
concert.
to
Thank you
see
so
her.
much for getting us the tickets.
I know. She said brilliant. How did you even think of that? I
Yes.
can you believe a star that we know that we all went to school with?
She's like, copy off of me in school, but don't say anything.
Aw.
How are you?
Crystal, you were amazing.
Oh my
It
gosh,
was,
you did so
fantastic.
good.
You were
No.
great. You rocked the stage.
Seriously?
You were awesome.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so glad you guys could make it.
Thank you.
Thank you for. I know this really good place that we can go to and celebrate. We should
Oh my
totally
God,
go.
yes, we should all go. Let's go.
Come,
We have to go. We have to catch up.
You know, go. The guys and I will take Alejandro, okay?
You know what, guys? I'll catch up with you another time. I haven't seen Alejandro all day.
Sola vivía tan sola sin nadie, sin nido. Triste yo estaba pensando por qué este castigo. Lágrimas eran la única forma de olvido. Como un río crecido me ahogaron las penas que dejó este amor. Llegaste tú y ahora son oscuros recuerdos. Solo una pesadilla ajena que nunca pasó. Llegaste tú y mis días de dolor se fueron. Tu amor como el sol a la flor le dio calor a mi corazón y contenta ahora vivo yo. Llegaste tú. Lágrimas era la única forma de olvido. Como un río crecido me ahogaron las penas que dejó este amor. Llegaste tú y ahora son oscuros recuerdos. Solo una pesadilla ajena que nunca pasó. Llegaste tú y mis días de dolor se fueron. Tu amor como el sol a la flor le dio calor a mi corazón y contenta ahora vivo yo. Llegaste tú y contenta ahora vivo yo. Llegaste tú.
OMG.
So cool. Every woman has, well, not every woman, but some women go through that. So what a good song to replenish your life and go on for someone.
You can't see, I don't know, but I've been bawling all the time when I realized what it was about. I was like,
oh, baby. Yep, but she's such a awesome. I don't know her personally. Man, she's got some awesome character. When you go through your highs and lows, you still go pull through it.
Let's get her on, Crystal Torres. Hi, Crystal. You
Hi.
made me cry
Duh,
this.
you're gonna make me cry.
Oh my God.
Good
Aw.
morning or good
Good
afternoon now.
I
afternoon.
know.
Good afternoon.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I had seen that video maybe sometime back. When did it first come out? A while back already,
Oh
right?
my goodness. It came out in 2013.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to back then and seeing it with new eyes right now, I'm like, oh my God. I
Yeah.
probably had the same reaction then, but
It's
oh my. So
it's
I didn't
funny.
know I've been a your fan since then, Crystal. I didn't even realize
Uh, well, thank you.
it.
It's funny because so when I was first starting out, obviously I didn't have like a lot of songwriters reaching out to me or anything. And so Gilbert Velasquez, who is, a multi Grammy award winning producer, produced that album. And so I'm looking through his catalog and he's like, these are all the songs you can choose from, and we were listening for months. I think we started planning the album in 2009. And then 6 months after I moved to San Antonio, I got pregnant. And it was a oops. And my mom was like, so I'm originally from Des Moines, Iowa. And my mom was like, you better get your booty back to Iowa. I did not send you over there for this. You said you were going to go, record an album. And I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. It's going to happen. And so I talked to Gilbert and I'm like, okay, look, I'm pregnant. Obviously, I can't, we can keep planning the album, but, it's going to take me more time to pay it off and everything else that goes behind the scenes. And he was like, I'm, fully committed to this album. If you are, you take the time you need. When you're ready, we'll start again. So we, chose songs over the course of like a couple of years. And finally, I started recording, I want to say at the end of 2011. And it took me a year and a half to record everything and finish everything. But we were looking through the songs, and he actually chose Llegaste Tú. And I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm like, I don't know if that's for me, And he was like, think about your situation. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. It's not necessarily a love song to, your partner, but I'm like, my son arrived at the time of my life where I really needed that, to be grounded, to, really know what true love is, to learn patience, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. And so he chose that song and he chose it to be the first single. And so when I was meeting with the video team, I'm like, I want it to be like my life. And I want it to be, my son was too young at that point in time to be in the music video. So we had a stand in. And but I think so many women go through that, especially in the Tejano music industry. I know of a handful of, other artists who moved to San Antonio to record and got pregnant and had to give up and move back, home. I
Really?
remember one, Megan Leva. I don't know if you guys remember her. She was from Michigan. Beautiful voice. Came out like 2008. And she went back home. She never finished, I think she put out, a handful of albums. But, when my mom told me, you better move back to Iowa, this is the end, I said, watch me. And I remember going to the 2010 Tejano Music Convention, and it was here in San Antonio. And I remember I ran into an artist. I won't name names, but she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you're not going to be able to, fulfill your dreams. Now you're pregnant, whatever." And I said, "Just because I'm pregnant doesn't mean I'm stopping." You know what I mean? And so I think that has always kind of been a driving force in my career. I was a single mom for a few years. Um, I'm a single mom again now. But I really wanted to show people that just because you have kids doesn't mean you have to give up your dreams, you know?
Right.
So that's kind of
Well, that's a great story. And I know you mentioned it was your first video. And I'm getting an echo, guys. I don't know if it's,
Oh, me too. I don't know.
It's
but
not me because I hear you guys pretty
Is
well.
it me?
oh, you're not hearing an echo?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be talking, and while I'm talking, I'm gonna be muting you guys to see if it's me. I'm gonna mute myself first. Talk, Norma. Talk to me about
Okay.
why you wanted Crystal on the show.
Well, you are a smart girl because I know you went to school.
Yeah.
You have
I
some
I
degrees.
do. I so I don't really talk about it because I'm not like, oh, this is, I'm not full of myself. But my mom was a teen mom. She had my brother when she was a senior in high school. And so one thing is that she always pushed education on us. And she said, I didn't get to do my college degree. That is one thing that I want out of you. And I have three siblings, and we all have our bachelor's degrees. I went one step further and got my master's degree before I moved down here to San Antonio. And my baby sister has her PhD. So yeah,
Wow. Props
yeah,
to your mom. You know
yeah.
what? It is hard. Um, in Iowa, I'm not gonna try to be crazy, but that's a lot of farmland out that way, right?
It is. I'm from Des Moines, which is the capital city. If you ever visit, it's a beautiful place to grow up. It's probably, I want size of Austin. It's big, but it's not too big. But you're right. You leave 5 minutes outside of limits, and it's all farm. So, um,
So
yeah.
how did you get your like wanting to be an what made you want to be an artist? I mean, how did you get, being in Iowa, you have to do nursing maybe, um, farm work out there. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Because I
Yeah.
mean, Michigan is the same thing. You're in Michigan, you got factories. You work in factories. You be a doctor. You end up doing dentist, things like that. It's not music mainly.
Well, my mom is originally from Odessa, Texas. And sorry, my mom's originally from Odessa, Texas. And so that's how the Tejano piece came in. But my grandma is the musical one in the family. She has always sung to us. Music was a big part of her life. My mom loves music too. She doesn't sing, but she loves music. And so music has always been around. And we have a lot of musicians in the family, in the extended family. But for as long as I can remember, my grandma would always sing. And so I've been singing since I was in diapers, really, and I just loved it. And I would sing. I remember in first grade, I would go to the nursing homes and I would perform for the
Oh,
elderly,
yeah.
dancing and singing and stuff. And so I don't know, it just the bug, got me, and I've just always loved to sing. And so obviously Tejano music was a big part of our lives, my grandma and my mom would listen to Little Joe and Sonny Osuna and Ruben Ramos, and so that music was always around. And then when I was, in grade school, Selena was like at the height of her popularity, and so we would visit, our family down here in Texas during the summer, and my mom would bring the cassette tapes home of the latest Tejano albums and stuff. And so I remember she had I think it was Entre a mi mundo, the Selena cassette. And so, on the weekends she'd be cleaning and she would blare, Selena, and we'd be
Yeah.
dancing and cleaning the house and stuff. And so I loved Selena. And she was, I would say, my biggest musical inspiration. And so she came to Chicago, I want to say 2 weeks before she passed away. And it was like a 6 hour drive from Iowa. And I begged my mom, please take me, please take me. But, we didn't have a lot of money growing up. And she was like, next time, Mija. And then there was no next time. And so I don't know, I just immersed myself in her music. And I didn't, my family would speak Spanish at home, but I, growing up in Iowa, who were me and my siblings going to speak Spanish with? And so
Right.
I would answer them, in English, and I understood everything. And so I would write down the lyrics how I thought that they were, but they were not spelled right at all. And I would sing them and stuff. And one day I told my mom I want to become a Tejano singer. And she was like, and I was so shy.
Yeah.
I was shy. And she was like, you want to sing? Like, you realize that means you have to get in front of people, because we would go to like our family gatherings and she'd be like, sing. And I'd be behind her, hiding and singing. I was so painfully shy.
Wow. And
But
you know
just,
what? And when I see your videos now, that shyness went away.
yeah, it did.
But
Yeah.
it's so amusing to see you because you show a light of, hey, things can go wrong, but it's you. You make the choice to do things your way and go forward and make it happy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
And
bother
I,
with all that other mess. You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
it's so hard, especially as an artist, people are always going to judge you. People are always going to have opinions about you. But I always like to say they're not paying my bills. You know what I mean? So they can hate all they want, but you know, um, life is too short. You got to be happy. You got to do you, you
Yeah.
know? So, yeah.
And who are your who like besides Selena, who are your mentors that you see that it's like, wow, I really enjoy how they sing, or who do you really listen to? And it could be English, Spanish, whatever, girl.
Yeah.
Because I know you've listened to different music.
Yeah, I would say, growing up, my biggest musical inspirations aside from Selena were Linda Ronstadt,
Oh,
Martina McBride, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston.
yeah.
And then in Tejano, I love Shelly Lares. And so it's just funny now because I count her, not only as a mentor, but as a friend, and so I remember, and I've told her this story before. I was in college and I would sing in my dorm room. And I remember singing to one of her songs and somebody knocked on the door and they were like, what radio station are you listening to? And I was like, oh no, that was me. I was singing. And they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And so they're like, hold on. And they leave. And I'm like, okay. And then they come back with like 10 people and they come in my dorm room and they're like, sing for us. And so
Yeah.
I really credit my college friends for getting me out of my shell. Like I said, I was really, really shy, and a lot of it had to do with bullying in middle school.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just shut down and stopped being that little light, you know? And music really got me through some really tough times. And I would just shut myself in my room and just sing and sing and sing for hours. And when I went to high school, so I went to a Catholic grade school, and I didn't want to go to the Catholic high school because I'm like, well, why do I want to go to that school and be bullied more? So I
Right.
went to the public school, and I was so afraid to get bullied again that I was just quiet. I kept to myself. I just went to school. I just did my homework. I really didn't have friends. I was kind and I would, say hi to people, but I kept to myself. And so when I went off to college, I guess I was afraid of the same thing happening. And so I kind of kept to myself. And then I had friends that got me out of my cell, and they would come and they were loud and they were just, they were them,
Yeah.
authentically themselves. And they were like, you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. You shouldn't be ashamed of your talent. You need to share it with the world. And I guess, here I am today.
Did you
Yay!
take any
Yeah.
courses in college of singing as well?
Uh-oh, I don't hear you.
Did
Norma?
you? Yeah. What happened? Can you
I
hear
don't
me?
know. I can hear you. Can you hear Norma?
Nope. Something happened to her now.
Oh no. All right. While we're having technical difficulties, saludos to Nelda Garza, Bobby Castañeda, Danny Noyola, Carmen Esparza,
Good morning.
Nelda de la Cerda. Can you hear me?
I
Norma.
can hear you.
Okay.
You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
Lisa Treviño. And what is Carmen Esparza? What does she say? Never give up no matter what. That's right. Now, Carmen says, hi, Gigi. I'm back. Ran out of battery. Carmen I'm seeing all kinds of recognitions for my keyboard player from San Antonio. Well, she's actually from Laredo. So saludos with all the stuff going on with you, Carmen. You're getting recognized all over the place.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. Gracie Martinez says, hello, Gigi. Hi. Saludos to everybody. Welcome in. We're having technical difficulties with our guest. But she just talked about something.
She was talking about her upbringing in schools and being bullied, basically.
Being bullied. That's a tough thing to be going through.
Yeah.
Look, you can still hear the. Oh, there she is. Where'd she
There
go?
you go. Amen.
I got a call. You jinxed me, Gigi. Earlier, she was like, "Oh, artists, whenever they would get a call, they were kicked out." And I'm like, "I don't think that's going to happen to me. I'm going to put myself on Do Not Disturb."
The voodoo that I do.
No, it's so. Did you ever take any college courses in singing, or you're just naturally doing it?
I have never, until I moved to San Antonio, had never had formal vocal training. It's a gift from God, I guess they say.
Yeah. Hey, George. Who would you like to collaborate with? Is there anybody that you would like to collaborate?
I don't know. I've always thought about that, and I don't know. I get stumped every time somebody asks me that. I don't know. I'd be open to collaborating with anybody, but it's kind of funny. I've only been asked a couple of times. I don't know if maybe they don't like my voice. I don't know.
No, that's not it. That's not it. No, that's not it.
No.
I'm gonna see another video of yours, Crystal. Which one do we want to see next? And
you can do ¿Qué culpa tiene el alcohol? That was my most recent one.
all right. So, guys, for those of you that want to know where I'm getting this from, I'm going straight to YouTube. I'm typing in Crystal Torres. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm typing in Crystal Torres. And that one that made me cry was Llegaste Tú. Yeah. But this other one is what? What was the title?
¿Qué culpa? QUE.
Tiene el alcohol. So, Norma, when I mute you, the echo stops. So I don't know what's going on.
On my behalf? I don't know, because we're doing the same thing and nobody's up here.
¿Qué culpa tiene el alcohol? Porque me piden que deje hasta el tequila. ¿Acaso él me falló, me engañó? Claro que no. Aquí lo único culpable siempre ha sido el amor. ¿Qué quieren que haga? Si en mis planes no estaba su traición. Y ahora resulta que la bebida es un error. ¿Qué culpa tiene el alcohol? A ver, dígame, entonces como carajos lo olvidó. Si intenté de todo y nada más no superó sus besos, pero con un trago tras otro hasta me río de su engaño. El alcohol me ha ayudado, por eso de una vez les aclaro que si me ven con la botella no es porque sea borracha. Yo tomo para olvidarme de este perro sentimiento. Y de eso que culpa tiene el alcohol. ¿Qué quieren que haga? Si en mis planes no estaba su traición. Y ahora resulta que la bebida es un error. ¿Qué culpa tiene el alcohol? Díganme cómo carajos lo olvidó. Si intenté de todo y nada más no superó sus besos, pero con un trago tras otro hasta me río de su engaño. El alcohol me ha ayudado, por eso de una vez les aclaro que si me ven con la botella no es porque sea borracha. Yo tomo para olvidarme de este perro sentimiento. Y de eso que culpa tiene el alcohol.
Oh my
Man, that's
goodness.
beautiful vocals.
Thank you.
So who said más llorando? Más llorar. Well, and we talked about this a little bit. Music is therapy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Life is it's gonna hit the fan
Yeah.
several times over.
Yes. Yeah. And
But you have found a way.
I have, I think, and I think I was telling you this earlier that I have a faith tattoo. My faith is very, very important to me. And as long as I have family and faith, I think, I've been through a lot in my life, and there's a lot that, everybody sees the happy, silly, goofy side of me. But I've been through a lot. And I think, as time goes on, maybe I'll feel more comfortable sharing, my story and my testimony, with the world. But I think that I've been able to show my kiddos, as well as, people out there watching that, things can, hit rock bottom, but as long as you get up and try again, things will get better, and I've definitely put my whole heart and soul into writing music, into writing, the lyrics. And if my words can touch anybody and get them through, hard times, then I've done my job, I think that was always my ultimate goal, is to touch people through music and get them through those hard times that I know that I've gotten through with music.
So mainly you're the one that wrote that song?
That one, no.
Okay.
I have a team that was written by songwriters in Mazatlan, Mexico. But everything that is coming out now, going forward, is either co-written by me or fully written by me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you play instruments as well?
I don't. I wish that I did. I played clarinet in middle school, and then I just quit. But I don't play any. But it's cool because My boyfriend and his best friend play like every single instrument. So if you go to my Facebook page, I just uploaded about an hour ago a Christian song that I wrote. And so I have them. So I don't need to play anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, being in where you live in San Antonio now,
hmm
how difficult was it for you to get bands for you in a different state that is not used to Tejano music?
The first couple of years I played with Track. And that was, a point in time where people were really hateful and they would, be like, oh, look at this karaoke singer over here, you know. But then you look at it now and a lot of pop artists play with tracks. They'll have a few supporting live players, but for the most part they're using, backing tracks, whether it be, keyboards or drums or whatever. And so you see like the mainstream pop artists or the reggaeton artists, and they're
Yeah.
playing with tracks. I went and saw Bad Bunny a few years back here in San Antonio. It was all tracks, and
Yeah.
he's laughing all the way to the bank. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, um,
Well,
it was
sometimes I
hard.
think, sadly, I think it just gives, okay, the people that are not so positive something else to be not so positive about.
hmm Yeah.
I think it's
But at the same token, like when I first started, I had to get what I could afford. And so I'm like, y'all are talking crap about me playing with tracks, but listen to this band that's backing me up. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather listen to the tracks. And so, as time has gone by, especially now, I have a good band, behind me, but it was a lot of struggle in the beginning, you know.
Do you think in our business, and I know I don't like to put you in any of the spotter and harm's way, but being in the business that you are in is so crazy out there. Do you think it's still hard to be in the industry and try to make a name for yourself?
I'm going to answer that for yes.
Okay.
Yes, Norma.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
It's,
for this she's young. She's
I
thriving.
look I look young. I'm not young. I just
Ooh.
look it.
But keep it
And that's
that
all
way.
that matters. And that's all that matters.
I mean, for you to start off, get your education. That was the most important thing. So, amen to that. But doing what you're passionate about, do you find it harder now?
I think so, especially with social media. Um, because when you're an independent artist, you have to do everything pretty much yourself. And so that's why, when I hear people, talk crap about me, or I have people report my videos or whatever, just to try to like pull you down. You have no freaking idea how much work it goes into just to create the social media following that I have right now. And mine is not huge. It's okay, and I'm getting paid for my social media posts. But then again, it's not
Hey,
thousands
I
of
made
dollars.
62 cents. That reminds me. Hey,
Woo!
guys, 10 stars.
You
10 stars.
go,
Let me see.
girl.
There's that banner. 10 stars.
You
I
go,
don't know how
girl.
to do that, girl. I'm still
Man.
working with George. I'm way behind. I'm in the back of the bus.
No, it's true.
But it's hard because you have to be like your own everything, you have to do your social media. And for females, you have to do your wardrobe, your makeup, your hair. Nobody understands how expensive that is. And then not only that, but the mental cost of all those hateful comments. And you just want to tell people, be kind.
Yeah.
What does it doesn't cost anything to be nice. And I struggle a lot because I want to fight. I'm an Aries. So I'll be like, I'll write this whole thing
Go,
and then I'm like,
sister.
delete. because I'm like, I cannot create this drama or start these
Yes.
fights. You know what I mean? But it's like it weighs a lot on you, mentally and emotionally to have people talk about you, to have people judge you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Well,
You have to make a concha. You just let it, just
yeah.
let them bother you. I need to say hi to somebody very important to the show, Laila Mendoza from
Hi,
Laila
Lisa.
Mendoza.
hey, Lila. I hope
Saludos
your
to your
foot's
hubby Juan
better, huh?
Mendoza Jr.
I'm praying for you.
And also, George Benson says, unfortunately, it's who you know that makes you in the major industry.
Yes and no. I like to say, because I came here not knowing anybody. And I just found a picture of me and Gilbert Velasquez from when I first visited him in the studio from 2008. I'm going to post it later today on my Facebook. But I literally, all I did was I sent him an email with my music that one of my friends recorded in his living room, like a homemade demo. And I moved here with $300 in my pocket, not knowing anybody. And I was able to, make it, so to speak, and get the notoriety that I have and win that Tejano Music Award. But it takes a lot of work. You have to be dedicated. You have to not give up.
Yeah.
It's hard. But I feel like if you have a little ounce of talent, really it's your motivation and your persistence, that will get you there eventually. It might take a long time, but it'll happen.
At the end, it's worth it, because
Yeah.
of the hard work you put into it. I
Hmm.
completely understand, girl, because, being in Michigan, same. So, I feel everything that you feel, that pain of struggle and the cost and everything. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
you're right. It's not easy being in the business and socially. It does mess with your head because then you're feeling that you're not good enough, or
Hmm.
where do you stand? Okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But, you strive and you go forward. And lucky that a lot of your friends were backing you up, and lucky that we saw you because I really think you're cool. I really
Thank
do.
you.
You know, um, maybe one day we'll meet. I've been meeting quite a bit of people, so it's kind of exciting. Maybe we'll get you down in Michigan one day, or
That would be
Milwaukee
awesome.
Fest one day, or hey, the Manchis, was it Machis, something like that, Fiesta. You know, hey, those are open doors. I mean, they're little
Yeah.
places. Well, Milwaukee is
Well,
not
Milwaukee,
little.
I did get to go to Milwaukee.
You know
I
what?
think it
I
was
think I
3 years
saw you
ago.
with
Yeah,
Myra
Shelly
D.
Lattice. Shelly
Yeah,
Lattice
Shirley
did
Lattice.
a showcase, and I was one of the females that she chose, and that was an amazing opportunity because think of how many females are in the industry, and I was one that got to go and by a mentor of mine, it really kind of was like a full circle moment, and I
You know what?
remember
I
kind
think
of tearing up.
that video. I have that video,
Yeah.
I think, because I was there in the front shouting out. um, were you amazed to see how many people go to that place?
Yes, and it was so cool, especially because I did have some friends that drove over from Iowa, and so they got to see, that I made it, you know. So they were very proud, and
Yeah,
I was thankful to them because, like I said, I had a really great group of college friends that really brought me out of my shell.
oh, that is so cool to have that embrace that you could show your talents to them and say, "Look, thank you, girls." You know,
Yeah.
because without them, you know, a little push there, a little push there, and you got to be where you're at. So
Yeah.
really,
And you know what? And good thing that you mentioned that, Norma, because it's surprising how just one little push from maybe even one, maybe two people gets, you never know what door that opens.
Mhm.
So that's why everybody should be positive. Everybody should be inviting. Everybody should be accepting, and everybody should open the door because you don't know. We don't know we don't know if Crystal, blows up and becomes the next international,
Yeah.
star. We don't know, but we're opening that door for it, right? Who knows? And maybe just call it out into existence.
Yeah.
But I think that is something that we would rather do instead of what you say. You're getting all that hate and getting all that negative comments. Pa qué?
Yeah.
We're just hurting each other.
Right.
My point.
So, where are you going to be playing? Let's talk about that. Where's your next gig, and when is your? How do they get your music, and all these
Yeah.
good things? Come on, girl, gotta give us the
Right.
download on those
Right.
things.
Yeah. Right now I'm not performing. Some gigs come up as, they pop up. I performed here in San Antonio a couple of weeks ago and got COVID right after.
Oh
But
man,
I'm
Welcome
focused
to San
on,
Antonio.
right. I'm focused on recording right now. So I have to go to Nashville to record two last songs on my country album debut. And we just started production on my next Tejano album. I know that I've said that I'm transitioning to country, but I will never leave Tejano. Tejano is where my heart is, and it would be dumb of me to turn my back on, my fans that have helped me get this far. So we're going to be recording a Tejano EP. And then I have another project that I'm working on that I'll announce shortly here within the next few months. And then I'm working on more Christian songs just as a side hobby, just because that's, something that really gives me joy and everything. So as I
yeah,
mentioned, my boyfriend plays a whole variety of instruments, and he's also producing. So we're just working on music pretty much daily, so it's a lot of fun.
That's what I've noticed. Norma, have you noticed that a lot of the female artists that are really making big advances have their partners in the same business? And I don't know if that's part of the key to the success. Is it a coincidence? It's an observation right now.
Yeah.
We'll
My mom
see.
makes fun of us and calls us Sunny and Cher. But,
there's a
you know,
are the producer that's there's a producer that's down there in Nashville. He used to be in San Antonio, I think, but he is super talented. I am trying. He plays with a group as well, and he does a lot of country as well. But I can't remember his name. Darn it! But he's very man. If you want to put out some country, he puts out some
yeah.
good
Well,
country
I'm really
music.
lucky. I have a lot of great friends that I've made throughout the years. And so it was actually a Tejano friend here in San Antonio. His name is Beto Elioraga, and he owns Jubilee Music Repair here in San Antonio. And I took an instrument to get repaired, and he was like, Mija, why don't you go into country music? And I was kind of taken aback because I didn't know he knew that I could even sing country music. And he's like, you have that voice for country. And so coming from Iowa, I performed a lot of country because nobody knew what Tejano was up there. And I wanted to perform. So I would sing a lot of country. And so my country catalog is quite extensive. I know all the '90s, country music songs and whatnot. And he said, "Well, my best friend from when we were growing up, plays for Trisha Yearwood. He's Trisha Yearwood's musical director. I want to introduce y'all." And so I'm like, whatever, thinking what could happen, right? And so he gives me his number and he's like, call him. Tell him you're my friend and tell him your story. Sing for him and see what happens. And I guess it was that little voice in my head telling me that I wasn't good enough that I didn't call. And I'm like, I don't know. I sing Tejano. I'm this girl from Iowa. What's this guy gonna want to? He's works with big names. So I didn't call. So then I went to go pick up the instrument and he was like, "Did you call?" And I'm like, "Ooh." And he's like, "Call." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." So I call, I leave a voicemail. He calls me back. We have this long conversation. Like I said, he's Trisha Yearwood's musical director, has worked for her for many, many years, like over 30 years, and also plays for Garth Brooks from time to time because Trisha is married to Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
So he's like, "When can you come to Nashville? I want to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And this was like March, like 3 years ago. So I'm like, I can come in the summer. So we go out there, me and the kids, we meet him, we connect. Um, and he wants to produce my country album. So I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it's taken this amount of time because, obviously as a mom and I work full time, it's hard to travel out there often. But I've traveled out there a couple times a year. And like I said, I've gotten to write all the songs on the album. Two of them are written solely by me and arranged by my boyfriend. But I'm so excited. And the album should be done, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of the year. It's called Halfway to Whole, which is also the title track of what I wrote. But I'm so, so excited to share it with the world, hopefully soon. And my boyfriend and my producer joke that they don't want to hear any more like divorce type songs after this.
Oh
But
man.
I really feel like this album is going to touch a lot of people that have gone through that. And I'm so blessed. Like I said, I've made it my mission to, touch people through song, through music. But not only that, to help people. It really, like, I love to help people. And so if I can help them through a tough time, like I said, then I've done my job. So I'm really, really blessed to my mom always raised me to treat everybody with kindness regardless of who they are, and I
Yeah.
really feel like that has gotten me to where I am today just by being kind, because you never know. Like you said, I was kind to my friend Beto, not knowing who he knew. I'm a friend to people, and they'll see that light in you and want to help you out in any way
Yeah.
that they can. So
People don't understand. It's not a friendship for just a minute. It's a friendship for a long period of time.
mhm.
It's not for just a moment. And that's where, okay, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, industry, but if you do, well, I'm sorry.
Wait, let me put the disclaimer. Anything said by Norma is not necessarily the what Giras y Desveladas believes.
Well, it's because,
Disclaimer.
a friendship is more than a friendship. It's almost like a marriage. So when you make a friend, you're investing your time with that person. You're knowing who that person is and you're loving them unconditionally. They might not be the right fit for you, but or whatever, you might not be the right fit for them, but they take you as you are. And that's what I sometimes I see the lack of our industry doesn't have that. They're all
What can you
okay.
do for me type
Right.
attitude. And
Yes,
that's not
they're stepping over each other to get somewhere. Man, God has a plan for you people. Listen up. I'm going to tell you now, God has a plan for you. It might not be your time, but there will be a day it will be your time. But not today or not tomorrow. Who knows when? Only he knows.
and
So
I
that's
like to
that.
say what is meant for you will not miss you. It'll happen. Like you said, eventually. So I just saw a comment from George. He wants me to
I was
sing.
just about to get to that. So first of all, let me saludos to everybody that's been coming in. Laila Mendoza, of course, George Vences, Joanne Peña, Juan Mendoza Jr. from Tejano TV, because I was asking him about the echo and he gave me some advice that we'll talk about later, Norma. And then David Vela from Oakland, watching all the way from Cali, Oakland. And saludos DJ Alex Lee, Alex Villarreal, I hung out with him last night.
The Valle
Okay,
Ensenada
saludos,
house.
Ayupo. And then I go to George Benson. He says, "Let's hear some a cappella of
Country.
country music." And
Oh, you-
George Benson, as we know, does that on his show. I would never require of that because as an artist
Oh, I'll
myself,
sing it.
I know I'm
I'll
not.
sing it.
Like
You
it.
can ask. You can ask. You can ask my
You
boyfriend
go,
over here.
girl.
I'll sing
You
anywhere.
go.
Okay,
Props
well,
to you.
can
Okay.
we see your boyfriend? Because we've heard so much about him.
He's shy.
You can't be shy. She's been talking about you all day long.
Come here.
She's like, I didn't do my hair.
He's
You
too
know
shy.
what? Hey, I give you props.
He's very,
Crystal.
very behind the scenes.
I
That's
give
That
you
good.
props,
Yeah.
Crystal, for always. You're not just staying in your box. You're dipping your toes on country, Christian, Tejano. I can't wait to see other genres that you're gonna do. I'm confessing that on you. So I can imagine you will beat it out of the water. You know, because I think you're an amazing young person.
Well, thank
Okay,
you.
a
I
young woman.
appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, now bust
Okay.
it out.
Okay. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying. And I'm crazy for loving you.
Yay.
Beautiful. Danny Loyola says, bravo. That was beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
can see how he was trying to get you over there to Nashville. Listen, I've got George Benson saying that the boyfriend needs to smile and support his woman.
Oh, he's smiling over here.
I've got Juan Mendoza Jr. saying you can't be hiding the boyfriend. We need all the dirt on Crystal. LOL. So the dirt.
Check who I tagged in my latest video, and you might see who it might be. It could be one of two people.
Uh-oh. But I really
His name is Eddie.
oh, that's only like 10 million artists. Just 10 million. That was really awesome. And Crystal, you got a beautiful voice, very talented. Se me fue la onda, I don't know what I was gonna say. That happened.
My mom always
That happened
says.
when we get over.
My mom always says that if you forget what you're gonna say, it wasn't that important. I'm like, stop.
No, me sacó de onda. About the boyfriend, about the Eddie, because I have an ex named Eddie.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Like, that's why I want to see if it's which Eddie. And nombre, I'm kidding, calm down.
Out of the file. That's why you couldn't remember. It's out of the file.
Anyway, I love what you're doing. Oh, yes, now I remember. I love how you're addressing a lot of the issues that, especially as women, that we go through. And like I told you, I was bawling with your video, even though you didn't write that song in particular, but about the child coming into your life and changing your life. Because as women, and as we see more women in the industry, as women, our view of life is quite different than the man's, and you putting music to it and putting feelings to it and letting us feel that with you is something that's wonderful. So congratulations on that. Thank you for doing that.
And I'm really excited because this new song that's coming out, it's called Ya Me Voy. I wrote it. As I mentioned, my boyfriend arranged and produced it.
My ex.
But it really speaks to a woman finally being fed up and saying peace. So it's so good. It's a cumbia. I think the women are gonna love it, and it's just gonna be that anthem that you don't have to cry over any, mediocre man no more. You can move on.
You can. I love that. And you do. Sometimes we as women want to say, "Give him a chance. Give him a chance." Well, maybe he didn't mean it, or you know
Don't
what,
do
he really
that.
is a good person. But
Yeah.
you're saying, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so yeah, it's something that I think is always a recipe for success when you can grab a hold of our attention and say, "Oh yeah, I agree with that," and then dance to it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Yes,
Let me
we're so
ask you a question. What would you like to leave for the next generation? And another Crystal that might come up. What would you like to tell them?
Just to be kind and help one another. And I really see that from the younger girls that I see out, that are out and about, like Gabriela Martinez and Vanita Leo and Jenny B. They're truly, you know, trying to support one another and uplift one another. Anika Garza out of the Valley is another one. And, I feel like my generation and above didn't really, like, they felt like there was only one female and that was it, that there couldn't be another. And that's not the case. We have to, as women, band together and support one another and uplift one another, because this industry is so freaking hard for women. I mentioned earlier, we have to worry about our makeup, our hair, our wardrobe. I try not to wear the same outfit twice on stage. Men don't have to worry about that.
yeah, the same black
They
shirt,
show
the
up
same black
half the time
shirt.
looking like slobs. Excuse me, I said it. And it's like we have to work twice as hard to prove ourselves. And so we have to stick together and support one another. Like, there's too much hatred in this world. Like, just be kind, you know?
Well, well, now that you said that, Crystal, I'm going to ask
Uh,
this,
uh-oh.
okay? And it's going to maybe bother people, but that's all right. That's why I'm here for.
Again, anything that my is not necessarily the opinion of Giras y Desveladas.
It is true what you say. Guys can look shabby, not tastefully done, and they're still getting applause. A woman comes out. Don't get me wrong, girls. Don't get and I don't care if you hate me. So I'm not the singer either. So, and you're showing to your tatas, babies.
I don't know. Like, if I had them, I'd be showing them. I just
I agree, Norma. If I
my
had a body
grandma,
like
my grandma
Don't
always
be
said,
mean.
flaunt what your mama gave you. And so I'm not, like I said,
or your surgeon,
I support my fellow, females. And while I'm not out there showing everything, I don't hate on those girls that do, you know.
No, no,
Shake what your
but
mama gave you.
woman
that's
doesn't
true.
guess. Who says we don't take time to get ready? We have to go get our push-ups in. Okay, look buff. But as far as dress is concerned, I mean, I see these, the jeans and the black shirt, jeans and the black shirt, jeans and the black shirt, and that's it. And they're done. Same one
but
over and over.
but I see. Come on, I see a lot. I do see a lot. But I love when I hear the vocals, because that's what you want to put out there. Is what makes attraction is your vocals. I'm not
But that
saying
is
to
true,
the
Norma.
girls
But you know
because
what?
hey, I think the girls look beautiful. I mean, they're taking care of themselves well. Don't get me wrong. I'm a gordita. I don't take care of myself all right, but hey, I do the best. But I got a lot to cover, you know? But it's nice to hear the vocals. I love to hear the vocals. That's what attracts me to you, to other artists. Is I love the vocals. I go mad. I'm like, Gigi, gotta hear this person. This has got mad vocals. And she's looking at me, okay. But it's because I really, really, that attracts me to the person.
To be fair, you're a woman, and not just that. Look at the bigger industry. I mean, look at J-Lo, look at Shakira. How are they dressing? They're practically naked on stage. You know. Let's see. What happened to Crystal? Tell Crystal already figured out who her honey is. Oh, Lila says she already figured it out.
He's all walking back there.
Busted. All right. So, I do get what you're saying, Norma. Like Crystal can go on her voice. Annika, you mentioned Annika. I went to hear her live.
She is good.
That girl can sing.
That girl
She
can sing.
Amazing.
Right? Yeah, she's
And
amazing.
I think that's what discourages me, is that girls, wake up. Don't try to be like all the other girls, because when you have magic with your voice, you have magic. There's nothing that can cover that.
That is true.
Bottom line. And I'm always going to say that because, it's great that you're putting yourselves out there. But what kind of people are you putting out there? You want your audience to respect, as always. And I don't say that to be mean or anything. I say that because I even have girls. And I mean, sometimes I have to tell them, hey, you're going out
But
that
I think
like
a
that,
lot
girl?
of it, I think a lot of it is kind of like what Gigi said. Look at Beyonce. Look at pop culture, because I, like I wear crop tops in my spare time. My daughter is 10. She wears crop tops. That's what's in right now, like crop tops and like high-waisted baggy jeans and stuff like that. Would I let my daughter go out, in crop tops? No, but here at home, she's comfortable. That's, what she likes. And so I don't know. I just have always raised my daughter to, as long as she's comfortable, wear what you love. And sometimes, that fashion, even though it might be risque or, somebody might think it's too much, like they might really like it and feel really confident in it. So I always say, like my grandma said, shake what your mama gave you and, go out there, And I like to joke because when I had my son, when I was coming onto the scene, like jumpsuits, like, were really stylish. And so I would wear these really form-fitting jumpsuits. And my mom would be like, dang girl, you have a lot of nerve, showing that poopa. And I'm like, you leave me alone, and she was right. I look back at those pictures and I'm like, why did I wear that? But hey, I felt good at the time, so why not,
And that's actually, how do you feel comfortable doing? And I was like, I decided just fairly recently, you know what? And they were telling me wear dresses. I'm not a dress kind of girl. I'm not. And so then I said, I'm going to go, I'm going to wear my top, but I'm going to wear pants, because there's this inner fear of falling. There's this thing, I'm always afraid of falling. So I can only imagine I fall and I'm in a dress. Come on. Nobody needs to be seeing my business.
Just put some shorts on underneath. I do that.
Sometimes I do, but I'm more comfortable in pants, and so I decided I'm going to wear pants. And that's what I feel comfortable in. That's being me. And, if you don't approve or don't like it, I'm so sorry. But I think we need to wear what we're comfortable with. And maybe other female artists are proud of their body and they want to show as much as they want to. Well, heck, if I had their body, maybe I will be doing the same. I don't know. I'd have to find out and be there.
I just want to put it out there that girls, you have amazing voices, and I think that carries you farther. And yes, there's an image. You have to go with the business of the what's going around, but man, remember this. Man, you guys got beautiful voices. Keep on doing your put your voices out there because that's what's amazing to hear. And it's
I
beautiful.
want to say a quick shout out to Ford Muscle Luis 97. He's joining me through. And by the way, if you are not seeing your comments on the show, you are possibly in a show that was shared in a group where I can't see your comments. But if you go to the YouTube, Giras y Desveladas or Gigi or Chicana Guerrero, I can see your comments. Ford Muscle Luis 97 says, "What's up, Crystal Torres from La Casita in Garciasville, which is right from Rio Grande City." So in the RGV, saludos, Ford Muscle Luis. So we got people watching from all over the place. And so, and I believe the Peñas right now, aren't they on a cruise? The Arcos Peña people, Imelda and all them? They're actually on a cruise right now. They're watching the show. Yeah, so who knows where in the world they are.
And Jim Luna. I think Jim Luna is the one that does that.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Let's see, we've got Alberto Reséndez, saludos from El Paso, and Stereo Mexicana. Saludos, Mr. Reséndez. Nice to have you on the show. Thank you. So,
how do they get your music, mija?
Yes.
Yeah, I am on all streaming platforms. So whether you type it into, YouTube Music or Apple Music or Spotify, Pandora, you name it, whatever streaming platform you like to utilize, just type in Crystal Torres and you'll find my music there. And pretty much all of my social media handles are at Crystal Torres Tejano.
Do you have another video? Oh, sorry.
If you want to do more interviews, how do they contact you?
Yes, they can reach out to Myra D on Facebook. She's my promoter, or you can reach out to me and we can coordinate it.
Oh, I should have called George's cousin.
That's Myra D apparently is George's cousin. Do you have another video you want to go out with before we say goodbye, Crystal? Mary,
do type in Crystal Torres, el uno para el otro mariachi.
All right, that sounds good. So while we're doing this, everybody look for Crystal. I'm just here. Let me share my screen so you can watch what I'm doing, because I know we've got friends out there who are not sure how to find people in online.
And you're also going to be streamlined on Juan Mendoza's, right?
Yeah, you're on. ¿Cómo se llama otra vez, Crystal? I'm sorry.
El uno para el otro, and then put mariachi.
El otro mariachi.
And my son is the little boy acting, and there's my baby.
Is it this one?
Yes.
All right, let's watch this video.
Sylvia, we met 45 years ago and we thought we would fall in love. We were just kids when everything seemed so right. All of a sudden, your family left town and moved without any notice due to your dad's job. We lost touch, and 45 years later, God blessed me by bringing you back into my life. When I saw you again, you brought light to my life. You brought that hope that was lost in my life back. You brought me happiness. I lost you once, and I won't lose you again. Somos el uno para el otro.
Somos el uno y para el otro. porque los dos miramos este mismo cielo. Los dos tenemos corazón al lado izquierdo, ese que late fuerte cuando yo te veo. Somos el uno el para el otro, porque tú y yo el mismo aire respiramos. ¿Cómo negarlo si el planeta que habitamos se llama igual y a veces que no tienes que dudarlo? Somos el uno el para el otro, y aunque lo dudes, destinado está lo nuestro. ¿No te das cuenta que yo soy tu amor perfecto? Quiero gritarlo, pero no me deja el miedo. Somos el uno el para el otro. Tal vez no sepas porque aún esto es secreto. Yo me hago loca con señales que me invento. Ya solamente falta convencerte a ti que yo soy tuya y tú naciste para mí. Somos el uno el para el otro, y aunque lo dudes, destinado está lo nuestro. ¿No te das cuenta que yo soy tu amor perfecto? Quiero gritarlo, pero no me deja el miedo. Somos el uno el para el otro. Tal vez no sepas porque aún esto es secreto. Yo me hago loca con señales que me invento. Ya solamente falta convencerte a ti que yo soy tuya y tú naciste para mí. Que yo soy tuya y tú naciste para mí.
Oh,
Yeah, what a beautiful vocals.
I love that.
Beautiful.
You know what's funny about that video is that was during the pandemic. And so we had to use like people that were like in our bubble, you know, because we didn't want to like get COVID and stuff. But my weight ballooned. Like I got up to 215 pounds and I was so uncomfortable in that video. My best friend like sucked me into that dress and all my fat was hanging out in the back. But you know, that's another thing that's so hard about being, you know, a female artist is that our weight can kind of up and down, yo-yo, and we're judged on that too, you know. So
Yeah.
but still we got to show up, you know.
I've decided I can't give a crap. Hey, saludos to Lawrence and your says, Cuba ladies, keep the good work. I wanted to give a shout out for one of my favorite Tejano stars, Crystal Torres. Stay awesome, sweetheart. Saludos, Lawrence. Thank you for coming in. And well, I have just had a wonderful time with you, Crystal. And now I can see how Norma insisted that you be on our show because you are just awesome. And I didn't know that I already knew you. I've seen that video too.
Oh my gosh. You're funny.
But then again, you know, I've got potentially brain damage. I don't know. But like, I never put the two and two together. Like your name and the performer with the name, never.
Yeah.
Like, nunca me cayó la peseta. Somebody was like, they don't understand what I said. It's like when you put a quarter in a machine, like the gumball machine, and it takes a while, and then the quarter drops right like that. So something's happen to me like that. But I am a fan, Crystal Torres. I am so also, and I am so glad that we finally got you on, because this lady over here had been like, Crystal Torres. And I would be like, what was her name again? What was her name again? Crystal, what was her, like that. But I've been a fan all along since that first video that I put on.
Aw.
Right now, you had made me cry back then. So I'm so glad to
Thank
finally put
you.
the face to the name to the music. Oh, look who's on, Kelly Delgado. Crystal, such a
Hey,
great
Kelly.
Aw, thank you.
reaching for all your dreams, girl.
Girl.
Hey, congratulations on your top 5 for Pura Vida Awards, Kelly. And I think you just, yeah, so yay to you.
Props, girl. Go.
Yes. And let's see what else. We've got Nelda Garza says, thank you, Norma. So,
All the
guys,
time, people. All the time. Mucho
great
cariño.
work, ladies. Love you bunches. Crystal
Aw.
Torres, remember you matter. You are loved. God bless. Thank you, Lawrence. I always love that little note at the end that we are all loved and we are all blessed. Norma, any parting words?
You know what? Crystal, I can't say anything. I know that you are such a little burst of fresh air every time I see you. Every time I see you in your videos, that makes me laugh at work, and I show people at work. I was like, man, this cracks me up. This is talking about me too, because we're that crazy. But hey, I just adore you, girl, and I think God has great things for you. I can't wait to see what's coming out, and seriously, I'm waiting for that country, especially the Christian one too.
Yeah.
You're the epitome of what Tejano is. You're playing it all. You did a mariachi, you did a Tejano, you're doing country, you did Christian. That's
She
what
dabbled in
Tejano is.
everything, man. She's like, you're it, girl. You're in a package of your own, and you don't need to chase anything. You got the stars already in your hands. Okay.
Yes, definitely talented. Definitely things that you've learned along the way, and the fact that you are getting life's twists and turns and putting them into music. How wonderful is that? And things that we can all, feel as well with you. So I'm just really happy for you. We're rooting for you. Our podcast is Soup Podcast. Whenever you got something going on, come back.
Thank you.
So, what are your parting words, Miss Crystal Torres?
Just thank you for the support. Thank you for watching, my social media. That means a lot if I can bring a smile to your face. And I'm just really excited to share new music with everybody really soon.
And with that, we will leave you guys. Can you stay on, Norma? Because I want to. Mr. Juan Mendoza gave me some ideas about that little noise that we've been hearing.
Okay.
But on
Let
that,
me throw a shout out real quick to the Mancia. That's what it was. Mancia family. I kept on thinking, how do you say his last name? For the festival that they threw out this week with AJ Castillo. So thank you, Mancia family from Ohio.
Crystal Nelda Garza says you are amazing, and yes, you are, and we are proud that you are representing us in every genre. So thank you for that. And with that, guys, everybody, if you didn't watch us live, you're watching us on Gigi La Chicana en Guerrero on Facebook, or Giras y Desveladas on Facebook, Giras y Desveladas on YouTube, or with Tejano TV with Laila Lisa and Juan Mendoza, which are boasting over 3 million views already. And so we're being watched all over the place. Even, what was it? Somebody out there it's being watched all over the world. So saludos to everybody. Watch out, because Tejano's coming back, and Crystal Torres is heading that band of stars. So Lisa Trevino, hearts and fire. Yeah, fire, ma'am. Thank you, guys. Y'all take care. Love you. God bless. Cuídense mucho.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
Have a blessed week. Take care, guys. And out we go. Norma, stay.
I'm staying. I got